Hi, it's always good to try and give you tips and tricks, and this is another one that I'd like to share with you. It's called a floating shelf, and you're not sure what a floating shelf is. That's basically where the fixing bracket is at the back, and when all you see once it's up is no means of holding support. So how do you fix one of these? Well, first and foremost, there's two things you need to check. One, that where you're fixing it, there is no power cables or pipes. That is critical, okay? You can buy a tester to do this, but if you already know that your pipes are not running there or cables, then you're safe to go ahead. Secondly, you need to know what type of wall you've got. Is it hollow? Or is it solid brick or block? In which case, once you know which one it is, let me pop this down for a second, that will then tell you the type of plug that you need to be able to do the job. This plug here is for a solid wall. This plug here is for a hollow wall, okay? There is a complete difference between the two. One is designed to fix into the hollow or the gap behind, and the other one is designed to spread and grip into the brickwork or blockwork. So we already know that this particular one is a hollow wall. So I'm going to use my hollow wall plug on this. So first and foremost, we're going to remove the back concealing plate. Can you see that? You can see exactly what it does. There's two holes, so you're going to fix the plate on the wall, and that's going to slide in and that's going to lock. Then we turn it over, there's two screw holes, so you can actually fix it, and then it's fixed so it won't come off the wall. Does it all make sense? It does. Cameraman's nodding, that means it must do. So, first and foremost, what we need to do is decide where we're going to have our shelf. Well, as I'm covering up an existing hole there already, or I could say, I'll use that existing hole if I choose to do that. That's my decision, my choice, but right now, that's why I want to have that. I'm going to come off that with my level. So I need to check that we are level with what we're doing, because if we're not level, of course the problem we'll have is we'll have a shelf that is wonky, and nobody likes a wonky one, not even me. So let's get that level, bring that down, and to get that level, you can see the bubble has to be directly into the centre of those two lines. That gives me the level I want. I then mark where I want to go, just like so. Then I've made a little mark on the wall, my shelf is level, and off I go, and you should see, there it is, that's my secondary mark. Now I'm just copying this because this is already done there, so I'm quite lucky that I'm already going to use one that's there, and I happen to know because I did that earlier on. So all we have to do now is two things. One, we now just take this out, we're going to drill our hole, and we're going to make that hole just to fit into the corner or right through that blockwork. Pop on your safety wear, as always. Now what you'll notice when I drill through this wall, you'll see what will happen. It'll suddenly go through it. Can you see that? There's nothing behind. That is exactly what will happen when you do your wall at home. The same thing will apply. Bring up your plug, which is the one, of course, I showed you here, the drywall plug. Pop that into the hole. And then all we're going to do is use the white mallet, because it doesn't mark the wall. Tap it home. Now we have a parallel pair of fixing points on there if you wish. And all I have to do now is bring up my bracket, put my bracket into what was already there, and I'll just start those very, very easily. Screw them in a little bit by hand, and then check we've got this one all lined up. Beautiful, it is. Do that one too. Now all I need is my cordless, change the bit that I drilled it with, put in the bit that is going to allow me to be able to fix this back, lock it in place, pop on your safety eyewear as always, and all we're going to do is very, very gently ease these back. Let's do this a little bit tighter. There we go. Woohoo! Nice and solid, that's what we want. Now all I have to do, remember, we have the two holes here, two holes here. The two little holes at the bottom will stay at the bottom. We line this up like so. Pop it into the hole at the back. Now, what do we have to do now? Well, that's the easy bit, isn't it? Because you get supplied with this particular shelf I've got here, two little screws. Those two little screws go up underneath, and they fix directly into that. Let's just do the other one. Job done. What are we going to put up there? Well, I think we should put our firm drill. Another job well done.